Third speaker from the opposition.
So, good afternoon, adjudicators, audience, and fellow debaters. I am the third speaker of the opposition's team, reinstating the fact that affirmative action should not be scrapped. Now, first off, I'd like to address a few points made by the proposition team. The first speaker said that instead of affirmative action, we should provide education for the minorities. Education is part of the affirmative action, it's part of affirmative action. I'd like to reinstate the fact that it's education, employment, and integration into cultural societies that are actually what affirmative action is trying to project. So by stating that actually we should try and give them education, not just straight into colleges, you're contradicting yourself. And then the first speaker also talked about how cultural differences don't mean that you have different perspectives on things, because people in the same culture will have different perspectives, so it doesn't make a difference. Well, the difference in cultural differences are of totally different backgrounds. Some people that were brought up in the same country cannot provide the same difference in perspective that people in different countries are brought up on, because they were taught in different ways. They were taught through different means. So that cultural diversity...
Point of information.
Not now, please. Globalized world is what we're heading towards, and that is basically cultural diversity. Why do schools try to encourage international connections? Why do we have foreign exchange students? Because cultural diversity does actually embed it creates an upbringing, and it helps to look at things from different perspectives. Now, the second speaker also talked about how it's based on, it means that talent isn't brought out, and it means that people that they're only based on race and gender when they're accepted. Well, why is it then that when a black man has the same qualifications as a white man, they are not given the job because he is a black man? Why is it that when a black man... Yes.
So do you know the very birth of affirmative action, which started in the United States, it was against, if I'm using the derogatory word, blacks, it was for saying that blacks were not getting equal rights. And currently, you just yourself said that why a poor man's, that is what we're against. Why is it based on the skin color? Affirmative action is based on skin color.
Basically, what we're saying is, when the white man had the same qualification as the black man, the reason that white man was accepted was because of discrimination being integrated in society. So with affirmative action, that black man is going to have that same opportunity as that white man. And that, in effect, is equality. Why is it that when you take a percentage from the white man's employment and his salary, the black man only gets 74% of his percentage? Why is it that even a white woman only gets 80% of his percentage of salary? It's because people are not given the same opportunities without affirmative action. Now, Speaker 2 also stated that affirmative action isn't necessary because discrimination is kind of an outdated concept. It doesn't need to be brought into fact. Well, it is proven that 4.6% of CEOs, Fortune 500 companies, are women, and 96% of CEOs in Fortune 500 companies are men. How is that fair? They have the same qualifications, they went through the same educational system, but they're not given the same opportunity because they are a minority. And then, out of the uneducated, the people that are uneducated in today's world are 60 million. And out of those, the people from minorities are 57 million. So don't we need to be able to provide an education for these minorities? And how do we go about that? We need to include affirmative action. Now, studies show that diversity encourages creativity and innovation in people. 85% of businesses say that affirmative action is crucial for their business because it helps improve diversity in a business, and diversity equals to success of a business. 75% of companies are trying to implement affirmative action and race-based admission because they're saying that yes, we do see, yes?
So, according to you, diversity will lead to more and more betterment of the institution that is there. Yeah. But what if the diverse people are not capable enough to do that task? What should be done?
Okay, so diversity has been proven capable because Coca-Cola is part of the Fortune 500 companies that actually accept affirmative action, and they do race-based race-based admissions. Now, Coca-Cola grosses $7.35 billion US dollars on an annual basis. So obviously they're doing something right. And now, besides Coca-Cola, more than
Point of information.
not now, please. More than 60% of Fortune 500 companies actually support affirmative action, including Johnson & Johnson and General Electric. These are world-renowned countries. These are countries that everyone knows because they're that successful. So there has to be something at the root of their success. That's affirmative action. Also,
Point of information.
not now, please. An army official, one of the top people in the army are the people that protect us. They support race-based admission into the army because they state that diversity unifies. Diversity is a strength as a force. Having different perspectives in the army is a key strength. So they support race-based admission. So we need to see that these top officials, these successful people are all supporting affirmative action. So by scrapping it, number one, we're not ready to do it because there's already discrimination in society. And number two, if so many people are doing it and it's successful, why do we need to take it back?
Point of information.
Not now, please. Another thing I'd like to state is, what will happen if we take away affirmative action? Because that has been the stance from this point of view for a long time. And it's that there was a study taken by California and LA Law University, and they found out that without affirmative action, 70% of the American Indians and American Africans dropped out of colleges because because they couldn't do it. They weren't encouraged to go to those colleges and do work. Affirmative action helps to encourage minorities to, yes, I can do this. I've been given the opportunity. Yes, I can go forth and I can work, because once you're given the opportunity, that's when you decide, yes, I need to take a step towards this. Yes, I need to start working for this. Opportunities are what drives people. The reason we're all here today and the reason we're all debating our hearts out is because we were given this opportunity. Opportunities are necessary for people to progress in life. Thank you.